morning. It is warm in here. Exciting things happening. So behind me you may see that there are two bumpers. There is a red one there and a black one there. As you may know, the front bumper on this car is absolutely disgusting. It's got a giant hole in it and it needs to be changed. So these two bumpers here somehow need to be joined together and put on the car, which sounds simple, but it's going to be not so simple. Right, yeah, this bumper's disgusting. Ignore those bits that I say fell off. I pulled them off because they're being wrapped, but oh my god, spoiler of what the colour looks like. It's got a hole in it here. I had to put this on to pass an MOT because that's a sharp edge. But yeah, it's absolutely grim. Needs getting rid of. The actual amount of shit that I've got in here is absolutely embarrassing, but I've literally got wrap, door cards, wheels, bumpers, but this is what we need. So this red one is an 850 bottom lip, so off of a Volvo 850, not a 940. It's a lot beefier, and that's why I wanted it, because I don't like the bottom lip on the 940 bumpers because I think they're sticking too much and they're a bit weird. And then the top half, so the black one there, is the top half of a 940 bumper, which I have just chopped off. So I basically chopped it in half. So I've chopped the bottom lip off of the 940 bumper, and we're going to attach the top half of the 941 to the bottom half of this 850 one. Right, so here's a little bit of a clearer meaning of what I'm saying. That is the top half, same top half of the bumper that would be on the car now. Oops, just twatted Vivian, sorry duck. This is the bottom lip off of an 850. Now the bottom lip on here, the bottom lip on there, you can see what I mean, it sticks in like way too much, and I don't like that, whereas that will stick out a lot more. It's a lot more beefy, and because it's an 850, there's a lot more of them, you can get some fat splitters that go on the bottom of that, which sounds like a bit of me. It is somehow join those two together. Now it's going to be really difficult because there's not a lot of room to work with in terms of like bonding them together, because realistically that's the only thing I can think of, because there's still going to be like quite a noticeable join, and I'm going to fill over it and smooth it out. My arms are too short. Got Mr. Milo's Toy Story blanket. Ah, so cute. I have some of this. Fuck knows if it's any good, but it's Gorilla, so surely it is. Hold the world together with this stuff. It's going to be difficult, and it's going to be one of these that's really frustrating, because getting them to line up, you feel exhausted as shit, mate. Getting them to line up is also really difficult, because obviously they're not the same, are they? I think that is a little bit shorter than what that is, so it's going to be a pain. It's possible. Where there's a will, there's a way. Right, here goes nothing. So I'm basically just going to glue all the edge of that one, because that one's got a thicker edge to it. I'm going to try and plonk that one on top. Personally, I don't think it's going to work, but if I don't try, we'll never know. Right, I've just absolutely fucking sent it. I didn't move it, if I'm going to be honest, but that looks terrible. As I expected, the surface between each bumper wasn't big enough to just straight bond. So luckily there was two holes drilled there, which I'm guessing were from number plates. So I've cable tied them together, and that's given me a good starting point. So I've bonded all that. Obviously I've gone way overboard because send it. I've got it all over me. So we need it to stick. And then obviously I'm going to be filling, so I'm going to be putting filler over this anyway, so it's going to be smoothed out. Obviously we're going to smooth this once it's dried, then filler's going over the tops so that it literally looks like it's all one piece. Yeah, I've had to tie this bit together just to keep the pressure on it, because there was no holes for cable ties, and to be honest I couldn't really be bothered putting any more holes in the bumper because it's just going to be more to fill. It's actually working. Now the others on the back, so in between where the bumpers lie, obviously that's where I have put some, that's where I've not. I'm just literally banging loads and loads and loads of sealant in there, and I'm gonna do basically the same on that side, so it should stay, I hope. We are dead trim, but it's actually working, so I'm not gonna moan too much. Now I've literally got to go to work. I've got to go to work in about 2 hours. I'm covered in sealant, and literally got to serve tables looking like that, but fuck it. Good news is I've just bought on Facebook Marketplace a camera to actually record videos with now, which I've been wanting to do for a while, but just not found one at a decent enough price that I could justify. But one's popped up, and yeah, basically I've literally just this second bought it, so I think he's going to do next day delivery, so it should be here tomorrow. So that's something that I've been wanting to do for a while, so that's quite good that I don't have to, because like all my videos so far have just been recorded on my phone, and I hate doing that, but obviously I've just not had money to justify getting a camera. But we've just bought a camera, so I'm a proper YouTuber now. So that's starting to dry now, and it's starting to get like quite tacky, and I know for a fact that that's not going to be enough to hold it without obviously the cable ties and the string. So I need to think of another way to hold it. I know everyone's going to be like, oh, you should have plastic welded it. Like, obviously, like the easiest thing to do would have been to plastic weld it, but man's not got the facilities for that, alright? We like to do things ghetto around here. I mean, to be fair, like there is going to be filler that goes on top of that, and it's not fully dried yet. Like, it's quite hard, it's just a little bit tacky, it's like almost like rubbery. Fuck it, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Hello! You may notice something slightly different, and that is the visuals or the quality of this video. You may notice it's slightly improved, and that is because my new camera arrived. I mentioned yesterday that I bought a new camera for filming videos with, and today that it arrived. How amazing. From now on, all my videos will be filmed using this camera instead of my phone, which I'm so happy about because I literally hated using my phone. It was so annoying. It literally took up all the storage of my phone, made my phone really slow. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm chatting shit. It is the next day from yesterday. It's a random cut, I know, but I ended up having to go to work yesterday, and I forgot what time it was. Well, I looked at the clock and I was like, oh shit, I need to go to work. But the bumper's outside still, and I will show you where we have got up to. Right, so here is the absolute piece of shit that is the bumper that I have destroyed. Right, so that's it all lined up. Now, it's 90% bonded. Just need to do this bit here. There's a big gap there, but it'll be right. But yeah, it gives you kind of an idea of what it's going to look like. It's going to look a lot better than the other one. This one's in the process of sticking. Yeah, just needs to do that side. The only problem is, it's because this hasn't dried like I thought it was going to. It's more of like a silicone type of thing. I'm going to have to get rid of all of this excess, because obviously it's just going to look like shit like that, isn't it? It's no big deal. It comes off really easy, to be fair. Right, this is where we're up to. I've done it all the way around with the sealant. I've used it all, it's all run out. It's messy, it's ork. Looks disgusting, but obviously it's all going to be flattened down, and it's all going to be smoothed over and smoothed off with filler. So for now it's stuck together. That's all I wanted. Bada beam, bada boom. Pretty good timing, to be fair, because it looks like it's going to absolutely piss it down, which is no surprise because we live in England. I think it's like 2 o'clock, so same again. I need to start thinking about getting ready for going to work again. Literally spend my life at work. I shouldn't be moaning, I've just had 15 weeks off, but I'm still moaning. I'm going to leave the bumper again for today. I'm going to come back to it tomorrow, and then hopefully it'll all be dried. We can take all the string and the cable ties off, and it should stay, and then we can start sanding it down. So I'm going to sand the whole thing, make it all flat, and then all over the, basically all over the join. I'm just going to go over that with filler, so it basically looks like all one smooth edge, and it looks like it's supposed to look like that, because right now it looks fucking grim. Yeah, so like all this, obviously it's all bumpy and ugh, so that will all get smoothed out, and then filler over this joint here, so it'll all be smooth and nice and lovely jubbly. I'm going to pick this video up tomorrow, so it's a Saturday night at work. Wish me luck. I'll see you tomorrow. It is probably 3 days after I last picked up this video, so we're gonna finally fucking finish this bumper. It's another one of those things where I think it's gonna be just a simple job, and it's just not. I've just blasted the whole bumper down with the sander, and I've smoothed out all that sealant and silicone that we bonded it together with, so now it's more or less flat and ready for some filler to go on top of it, which is what we're going to do now. This is what we're looking like now. Like I said, we've flattened it down with a sander, so like that, all that sealant that was a mess before is a lot neater now, it's a lot smoother. Right, so this is the current filling process. Forgot how much I hate the smell of this stuff. Defo put ears on your chest, that. Right, we're filled. We're just gonna get the sander once it's dried, go over all that. I'm absolutely knackered. I don't feel well at all today, but I thought, fucking hell, I'm gonna finish this video even if it kills me, which, to be honest, it probably will, because that filler fucking stinks, mate. We shall persevere, no rest for the wicked. Right, it's day 567 of finishing this fucking bumper. I've literally been filming all day, and you'll never guess what, the footage is useless because there's no sound on it. I've not done anything of that much interest, to be fair. But since the last time, I have filled and I've started sanding, and it actually looks pretty good. Now I've test fitted it onto the car. I've literally just popped it over the top of the original bumper because it just like slots on the top. And it actually looks pretty sick. Right, I apologise if there's wind noise, but fuck it, it's very windy. Right, so this is what we're working with. I've basically just slotted the bumper on top of the bumper that's already on underneath. That's why it's sticking out so much. That's why it looks a little bit weird at the minute. But as you can see, that bottom lip sticks out a lot more than the other one, and it's just going to make it look a lot more beefy, make it look a lot better. Now the sides, they're still a little bit, they're not dry enough to start sanding yet, so I'm just going to leave them probably overnight, and then I'll do that tomorrow, and then we should be able to start getting it on the car. Yeah, this is all we're working with. It looks a bit shit at the minute because it's not, obviously it's not fitting right. There's a bumper still on it underneath. Obviously it's going to sit like another couple of inches back, but you get an idea what that bottom lip's going to look like. Now I'm going to leave this video here because it has literally been going on for like 5 days now, and I'm more or less at the point where the bumper's in one piece and we've seen what it looks like. Basically just got to do a few more bits, wait a little bit longer for that filler to dry on the sides, and then sand that back, basically just perfect all the little bits, make sure it's nice and smooth, and then obviously it's going to have to be painted and wrapped. So the black bit, I'm just going to paint that black, and then the bottom bit, the red bit, that's going to obviously go purple. Now that's going to be very difficult to do. I haven't quite worked out how we're going to do that yet. I don't even want to think about it, because obviously we've filled over the line. We're just going to have to make sure that we create a line that is super straight, and then just cut the vinyl to that point, and then it'll be fine. We'll just put everything off until we have to do it. Apologies, this video has literally been a bit all over the place, but it's been something I've been meaning to do for ages, and obviously to get those two bumpers together, because that bumper that's on the car right now needed to go ASAP rocketing because of the hole. So I'm pretty happy with it. I genuinely didn't think it was going to work just by bonding it and then obviously filling it, but it has worked, so A star for me, pat on the back. I've got loads of stuff coming up with the cars. Obviously I'll do a whole nother video of taking that bumper off, fitting the new one. I've got some new coilovers to go on here in the C30. Obviously I've got some wrapping videos to be doing. Oh, we've got an exciting something for Vera coming all the way from America. That's pretty sick. I'm looking forward to that. We've got loads of stuff and I'm excited. I went through a little bit of a dry patch on the channel. I apologise, but that's just because I had so much shit going on that it kind of just took a back seat. But we're back with a bang, and we're going to do some bits. So I'll see you in the next one.